Oh, another full toss. And it's disappeared for the maximum. House on fire. Little shimmy. Jimmy House. Got all of it. Played, sir. Thank you, Nigel.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That is as easy as you like. Pulled towards that shorter side, and this goes all the way.
By Andries Gous, a key performer and a standout player for Samp this tournament. So how confident are you heading into the knockouts?
Yeah, look, we're pretty confident. We've played really well this last, 7 games so far. We just slipped up last night, but it's all right. That happens in the T10 format. So I think we surprised a lot of people by winning 6 out of 6 in the beginning. So yeah, I think we can take a lot of confidence into this semi-final tonight, and yeah, let's just see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, and Samp has had an outstanding tournament so far. So did you envision these results from the beginning of the tournament?
No, I would say I don't think anybody can expect to win 6 out of 6 and then 6 out of 7 games. It really this format is so inconsistent. You don't know really what's going to happen. Anything can really happen within an over time frame. So to be in that position is really special, and I think we've surprised a lot of people. And one thing with Samp, they've been so successful for the last 3 years. We've finished 1 and 2 every year, so it's been really exceptional for Samp so far.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of that, what has been a highlight of this tournament for you?
Yeah, I think just the way the boys have come together. I think we obviously don't have the superstars that all the other teams have. We have a few really good players, but we don't have these big names. And the way the guys came together, didn't really care about who we're playing against. We just wanted to win a game for us, and that's always special, to be almost the underdog in every game and then to keep on winning.
Yeah, and as you talked about the other players, you've been an outstanding and long-standing player for Samp. So how would it feel for you to lift this title of winning T10?
Yeah, I think we do, right? It's been 2 years now. The previous 2 years we finished first and then second, and then to not make the final has been quite disappointing. And then so hopefully this year we can take it one step further, go into the final, and then once you're there, anything can really happen. So hopefully, hopefully tonight can go well for us.
And now that we talked about the tournament, I want to talk kind of about your journey in cricket. What inspired you to start playing cricket in the first place?
Geez, that's a long time ago. I'm not really sure what inspired me. Probably being born in South Africa, and South Africa being such a pro sport country. From the age of 3 or 4, I just loved anything with a ball. So whether it's a rugby ball, a cricket ball, a tennis ball, I didn't really care. I just wanted to hit something with the ball. So yeah, that's probably where my love for sport grew. I played every single sport that there is to be played in primary school and high school. So, but yeah, the one I probably realized I was getting good at cricket when I was 13, 14. And then once I was 16, I stopped playing other sports and just focused on cricket.
Wow. And what would you say would be your most memorable moment in cricket throughout this journey?
Geez, it's been a long journey. It's almost a journey of 2 parts. One, I've had really good memories in South Africa, and then I've also had really good memories in the USA. But I would say probably the most memorable was playing the World Cup this year. It's always been a dream of mine to play in a World Cup. So yeah, and really taking USA a step further, going to that Super 8s, and even doing well and competing in the Super 8s was really special.
Yeah, you just talked about you playing in the World Cup and all of your success as a cricketer. What would you say would be the most challenging part of all of this, being a professional cricketer?
I think the most challenging part is being away from home. I think the top players, they're probably home at 1 month or 2 months of the year. So it's really tough. It gets to you. Sometimes you can get your family over, sometimes it's just not possible. So that's probably the most challenging part for me this year was not being able to be with my family. I've got a really young family, so that's been quite tough. And then going from tournament to tournament to tournament, like it's it gets you sometimes don't get the rehabs you can get, or you don't get the conditioning that you need to do. So it really sometimes gets tough. But yeah, it's part of life. It's part of the cricket circuit that we just need to make sure that you keep on adapting and evolving.
Yeah, and you are far from family, and like you said, you're going from match to match. So how do you personally mentally prepare for either high pressure matches or just going from that format in general?
Yeah, I think mentally wise, you just need to stay fresh, right? It's sometimes really important just to take a few days off, or take a day off here and there, and not to think too much about cricket, because we almost like observe with everything in cricket. So we need to really take a step away from the game when needed. That's why I play a lot of golf, I play a lot of paddle, just to keep the mind off cricket for a little bit. And then once the cricket time starts, you fully focus again, because the last thing you want is to be half-hearted into the cricket part. So you need to, that's probably the biggest thing, is you need to be mentally switched on, and you need to be able to switch off as well, to be able to get that free mind when you're playing cricket.
That's amazing. And now that we talked about that, I kind of want to move on to team dynamics and you off the field. So Samp has had incredible teamwork and chemistry this season. So how would you think that you guys build that teamwork up and bond with all the players?
Yeah, that's always hard to answer, because we have a team with a lot of diversity here. A lot of people from Afghanistan, or from Pakistan, or from Sri Lanka, a few from South Africa, a few from English boys. So it's tough to create a culture immediately, right? And I think the one thing with our team, I think a lot of people are out here to prove a point, because we're not a big name team. A lot of people want to prove points. They want to try and impress a few people, or Afghanistan boys want to get back into the national team, for example. So I think that's probably what's driven us a lot, is the fact that a lot of people want to prove a point to the world, to say that they are good enough, they can compete on any cricketing level. So I think that's probably been the most thing that driven us, and that obviously with success brings everyone together, so which has been special.
And you mentioned diversity. You guys have a mix of young players, old players, players that have more experience. So how has that dynamic and that mix of different skills worked for your team?
Yeah, I mean it's good, right? You need that difference. You need the energy that a young kid brings, and you need the experience that a Faf or a Suradana brings. So that is what makes really good sides. I think if you go look at past teams in the world that's been really successful, whether it doesn't matter what format, they've had all the guys in the team. They've had really young guys in the team as well too. And then you have the solid guys that's in the middle age to just keep everything calm, right? So yeah, it's Faf brings so much knowledge, so much experience into this, and then there's a few young boys that just brings out flair and brings out the energy for us, which is also very much needed. So yeah, it's just been special.
It's amazing. And about you off the field, you mentioned that you were at the World Cup. So how was that experience for you?
Yeah, the World Cup is special. I mean, there's not a lot where you get to play the best teams in the world, and for us to have beaten the finalists from the year before in the group stage, and then to go to the Super 8 was just really special. And then playing South Africa, England, West Indies in the Super 8, it's something we probably could have never dreamed of. I think it's lifted USA cricket so much, and I think we're probably now at a point where people want to start playing us as well, because they know that we can compete against them. So that's what we want as USA cricket. You want teams to want to play you. You want to compete against the best in the world, because that's how we also going to get better and better. From a personal point, like I said, it was a dream come true. And then to do really well in the World Cup is just even more special.
That's amazing. That would have been such a good experience. And how do you see your future with the US team based off the World Cup?
Cool. Yeah, I think every time there's a few challenges, right? So we'll just have to almost see every month to month how it goes. But it's quite a busy year for USA cricket, and then there's a 26 World Cup coming up in India and Sri Lanka. So it's going to be a big lead up into that World Cup. So we're going to be away a lot. We're going to play a lot of cricket until the 26 World Cup, and then we'll see what happens.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best of luck going into the knockouts and for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.